everyone. Welcome to the Bible Belt Bros podcast. We are talking fantasy football today and fantasy football only. So get ready.
So nothing else?
Nothing else today.
Oh.
So Andrew,
Okay.
how was your week? How'd you do this week?
So this week was, I was on pins and needles most of the week. And you guys know, I say this every week, I don't care about projections, right?
He doesn't care.
But I was only projected to win by half a point.
So then he started caring
And
about
so I
his
was like,
projections.
oh crap, who do I pick up? So half a point, and that's because my opponent left in a player who had a bye this week. Randall Cobb. Green Bay had a bye.
And that was a Thursday game,
It
so
was.
he knew he could swap it out last minute.
So no, I looked at his lineup, and this whole week I was like, he forgot. He didn't forget. He doesn't have any other receivers on his bench, and I looked at his lineup, and he's like, all right, he didn't want to drop these guys. That's why. So essentially this was his bye week, and I barely beat him on his bye week. And this guy is like 10th in our league. It should have been an easier victory for me. Now, I say that. It was an easy victory until Patrick Mahomes played.
That game was insane.
Yeah. You're telling me. I watched a good portion of it. I didn't watch it all. I didn't watch the beginning because I knew it'd be back and forth. And I wanted to watch the ending. And so, yeah, I watched the ending. And Patrick Mahomes, when he started targeting all of his receivers and stopped giving it to Kareem Hunt, yeah, that was scary. Dude had 6 passing touchdowns.
Yeah. He had one of those kind of epic Mahomes first weeks of the season kind of games.
Yeah. So at one point he had 42 points, and then he threw 2 interceptions, and he ended with 39 points.
Yikes.
He threw 33 for 46. 33 completion. 46 passes. Last night, they combined for 11 touchdowns. That's ridiculous, dude.
I think it was the first NFL team ever to score 50 points and lose. I think that's the stat I heard this morning, waking up to it.
So I did not hear that. Last night I did hear all the stats about this is the highest Monday night scoring game. This went down as the 3rd highest scoring game ever. And really, one more touchdown would have put them at the highest game ever. I mean, it was... this game lived up to its hype.
Yeah, for sure.
All season, they have been touting this game. And sure enough, this game lived up to its hype. So, I did go on to win this week, Dusty.
All right. Good.
How was your week?
Well,
on all your leagues?
I think if you remember, I didn't play FanDuel this week.
You didn't play last week either, did you?
Yeah, I played one game.
Oh,
or
okay.
something. But I didn't play FanDuel this week. I was just trying to, had yard work. Didn't really have the time to do research. Even though, I really wanted to play the one game slate for that Kansas City game last night, but I didn't. I withheld what I was wanting to do, the addiction, and
It's
I
kind of
didn't
good
play.
you didn't. I mean, 11 touchdowns. That game was it was a toss-up. It was up in the air.
It was a toss-up. The Reynolds dude was somebody I was eyeing at playing. I was eyeing at fading Gurley, and so that actually would have helped me because...
I would have.
Here's the deal, Andrew. Remember when I called you? We talked for a bit on Sunday night about how you were like, I look like an amazing player.
I look like a stupid genius.
Yeah, I look like a stupid genius because I played,
Traquan Smith?
Traquan Smith from the Saints, who had 20-something fantasy points, who the week before had 0 targets.
Right? Right?
So whatever.
And I looked like a stupid genius there.
And you look like a stupid genius. And I was like, well, I'm going into the last day. I'm projected still to win by 30. And I got Todd Gurley and Robert Woods and he only has Tyreek Hill, so I should win no problem.
Should easily win, yeah.
Tyreek Hill, 200-something receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, 43 fantasy points. Todd Gurley, 12 fantasy points. 12.
Dusty, don't tell me.
I lost.
What?
I was projected to win by 30 going into the last game.
What?
And Tyreek Hill just...
You're kidding me, right? Wow.
I just don't have words to say right now.
Wow. Your defense hurts you, bro.
My defense hurt me.
Delvin Cook?
My kicker, Jimmy Graham, broke his thumb, and I could have had Reed in there instead, and I would have won there. I had Julio Jones, who actually had a touchdown.
He had Dalton on the
I had
bench.
Galladay, who had 25 fantasy points against Carolina. Matt Ryan killed me, but he had Deshaun Watson, who had 11. So it was just Tyreek Hill. This was my lowest scoring fantasy week in this league, and I tell you what,
bro,
it sucks.
I'm looking at your team. You don't have Tyreek Hill.
I don't. I played against him.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So when I woke up this morning and I saw the stats, I was not wanting to check my fantasy team.
Wow.
So I'm kind of bummed about it. Not gonna lie.
I understand that, bro. Wow.
So I'm 1 for 3 in my fantasy teams this week.
Ouch. Dude, I've never seen you score that low.
Yeah,
right.
there was a bye week situation. I had a Dalvin Cook with 2 fantasy points. I didn't expect him to do well, but Breda didn't have. I needed him for the bye week situation. And I mean, Gurley's a beast. He's a 30 fantasy point per week guy himself. So not having that, and then for some reason Matt Ryan choking against Dallas, that hurt me pretty bad.
Dallas's offense or defense did amazing, dude. There's just no, you can't. Yeah, they did great. I forgot. I was going to roast you last week about you picking up my trash.
Oh.
Philadelphia defense.
I didn't start them this week.
No, but you still have them, and I don't. I mean, you're a smart player, so I don't understand why you picked them up. Is it because of their percent ownership?
I think it was a buy. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But there were so many better teams, which is why I dropped Philadelphia, in week 5.
Well, I played the freaking projections and picked up the Chargers for this week, and
what have I told you every week about projections, Dusty?
Don't care.
Let's see what my defense did.
No hair, don't care about projections.
My 11 points, bro. My defense got me 11 points. You want to know where my defense was on the projection list? Well, here. They were projected, 5 points? 7 points. But they were, I had to go down 11 teams down the defense list of who was available.
To find who you wanted?
To find the matchup I wanted. And then I researched it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I don't even remember who they played. They played Tampa Bay. Fitzmagic. They can't not throw an interception.
So I played projections a little bit and played Fitzmagic over Aaron Rodgers in another league.
Okay. How'd that turn out for
you? Let's just say I still won, and Shay would have divorced me if I lost this week without.
Rodgers was on bye week.
You're lying.
What?
They played Seattle.
Oh, you know what? Randall Cobb's no longer with Green Bay. Never mind.
Dude.
Wait, are they? Is he?
They played Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, Randall Cobb was just out. That's right. It wasn't bye week. He was just injured.
You're stupid.
That's right.
So Rodgers had 30 fantasy points. Fitzpatrick had 9 fantasy points
Ouch.
against the Giants. So I'm thinking they're going to throw against the Giants. Tampa Bay has no running game. I think he got benched in the middle of that game or something weird.
Fitzmagic?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Did he?
He played
Oh.
the whole game.
Then I don't. Then yeah. That no excuse.
He just threw a lot of interceptions. I believe he fumbled.
Fitzmagic to Fitztragic. No, Fitzpatrick was benched after throwing 3 picks.
What?
Yep.
Who replaced him?
Winston, who was benched earlier in this.
Oh my goodness.
So
Talking about quarterback tragedies this week, one of my favorite quarterbacks broke his lower leg. Alex Smith.
that looked insane.
Yeah, his ankle just dangling there. Did you watch that game?
No, I just watched the replay.
I was watching that game, dude, and I looked at his ankle. I had on Red Zone, and Red Zone was featuring that game for some reason. I looked at his ankle, and I was like,
It's gross.
oh, it is not supposed to be rubbery like that.
You know what sucks is in a dynasty league, I have 3 guys on IR, and I can't drop them.
So that does suck. But if this league was our dynasty league, my entire team would be IR. Because nearly my entire team that I drafted is IR right now. If you look at my current team, I only have, I think, 2 players that I drafted.
So, all right, well, that's a wrap up for this week, Fish. Just another. Andrew, at some point, is going to show me his magical projection finder so I can find these Traquan Smiths. And I can find these. Was it Dante Moore? Also a guy. Moore for Carolina. Also
The
a guy
Panthers.
who went
Huge
off with the week before and having nothing. So he's finding these guys. And I'm going to find out.
And I did prove it to Dusty that I found these guys.
He actually is doing real research. I'm just looking for the right kind of guy to find. So,
All right, take it easy, guys.